Cowboy Nation, one way or another. Let's go! Victory! Tuesday. Let's get it. The name is Law Nation. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Let's go. Come on. Stand up, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it. The name. It's crow time, baby. Let's go. Shout out to all of the supporters, man. I appreciate you. The HBOs, the SGs in the house, thank you so much for being part of this episode. Y'all know the nation never sleeps. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Let's go. As the room fill up, be sure to let a person know that you tuned it in to the Law Nation Sports Report. Come on.
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
Yup.
So you understand the words I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody, man? What's good with y'all, man? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. And of course, I hope you guys took today off or what have you so that you guys can listen to the Cowboys Sports Report brought to you by Law Nation and Company. Cowboy Nation. I know you guys was wondering, Law, why you got that crow up on that screen? Why you got that crow right there? You know, and you got Noah Brown. And you got the crow with the steak knife. I couldn't find a butter knife, but he got the steak knife in him. And you got Dorrance Armstrong, you know, and Cooper Rush. Didn't you guys know? You know, I call a spade a spade. I'm the only content creator that will say, hey, I'm wrong when I'm wrong. I'm not the person that will go out here and beat on my chest and say, hey, I'm right. I'm right. I was part of the, hey, man, let's move on from Noah Brown administration, right? Let me see what Brandon Smith can do, you know? And I'm part of, hey, man, Dorrance Armstrong, baby. Who was he, you know? Didn't see a thing.
Shame.
From Dorrance Armstrong.
Shame.
And on top of that, with Cooper Rush, you know, I was sitting there like, hey, man, Will Greer, maybe even Danucci. But neither here nor there. All three of those guys, man, have been showing up, showing out, and it appears that I'm about as wrong can be. Matter of fact, I'm to the point that I need to start doubting all of the players. Maybe everybody will start playing well, right? I'm so wrong, but neither here nor there. Shout out to Dorrance Armstrong, got another sack, and just going out there doing his job, baby. And do your job is the name of the game. And Dorrance Armstrong did just that. One total tackle, of course, a solo tackle, but he had one sack, one tackle for loss, 2 QB hits. You right? Like, come on. He is a monster out there for the 2022 season. Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming? Let me know. Now, if you're going to lie to kick it, just be lying to kick it. But if you're a Dorrance Armstrong person, day one, let me see DA day one in the chat. And if you are a Noah Brown guy, day one, let me know. Let me see that in the chat, But, man, I'm glad that I'm wrong, right? Good grief. Noah Brown high-pointing the ball, pulling it out of the sky. Oh, Cooper Rush taking his time, going through his reads, throwing some balls out there that you would say, hey, that fade ball for the touchdown, only two people can catch that ball. The sideline, which is the out of bounds, right? And CeeDee Lamb, ball placement, spectacular. Even when you go back and watch the game multiple times and you sit back and say to yourself, all right, that's cool. But that wide open pass that CeeDee Lamb dropped, that was in between the 8 and 8. It couldn't have been put into a better spot. And it was right there for him. And those are things that we will all have to say to ourselves, all right, cool. That was a good situation. And the Cowboys going back to running the ball. Oh, my gosh, man. Tyler Smith, the way he was able to peel things open, and especially the way Tony Pollard took advantages of the situation. Now, I would do some more inductive film analysis when I have full access to all of the all 22. But I'm telling y'all beautiful people right now that the name of the game, the Cowboys, are 8-0 when both running back gets 10 touches since 2020. Right? And I showed you guys other records and stuff that I pulled out post-game. But if this team continue to do the things that we're thinking that they're doing, running the ball, open up the pass, playing smart ball, complementary football, these are things that I wish that the Cowboys were doing many of moons ago, right? They should have been doing these type of things.
Dak Prescott would not be playing today.
Hold on. You get this clip.
It's good to see this boy work out and get it going, right?
You have to wait right now. All right, I got the wrong clip. Where my clip at? I'm going to pull up the clip of what we have. Here we go. Now we got it. Okay. Is this the right clip? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to push this around. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. The offensive line for your mind, the ability to get upfield. And look at Peters getting in the way. Open it up for Tony Pollard. Got 29 in the blender. And back to Ezekiel Elliott, toss left, 73 downfield. Pay attention. It's the little things that you do, right? So I look at all of these things. Shout out to you, Lee Stewart. He says Donovan Wilson was balling. Yes, indeed. Lee Stewart says a team win. Yeah, I would take that all the way. But utilizing the running game is so important. It is. And you can't fall asleep behind the wheel thinking that this team records, when we speak positive of this team and what they're doing, it's just by chance. No, if you run that ball, everything opens up. Everything works its way out, Cowboy Nation. All right, so with that being said, let's listen quickly to this good old guy by the name of Jerry Jones, right? But I shouldn't be the only one eating his crow, right? I shouldn't be the only one that got to grab the beak. Somebody else need to be eating the crow with me. Come on, y'all. Don't y'all be letting me eat this crow by myself. There's somebody else that need to grab this beak over here. There's somebody else that need to grab a whole eyeball or something, because I know I ain't the only one that was expressing my thoughts on this team, especially on Dorrance Armstrong, especially on Noah Brown and Cooper Rush. But those guys, man, I'm glad that I would rather be wrong all the way to the Super Bowl, and I'll be the first one to be like, hey, man, I was wrong, but at least I stood out and told you guys. So y'all be grown about it. You guys be grown about it, and you let me know too, if you was wrong on such and such player. And if you was right on such and such player, let me know too. Let's go.
Really, in every way, a great reception, a great feeling about our team. And, of course, it just feels good to be here in New York after you have a win. And a lot of times that's been the case lately against the Giants.
Well, Jerry, you guys are looking really, really smart with Cooper Rush again becoming the first player since the merger to lead 3 fourth-quarter or overtime game-winning drives in his first 3 career starts. He turned it on after Saquon's touchdown. He looks poised. He looks clutch. He is calm. He is chill. Let's talk about your quarterback that you guys decided to go with that's gotten you to 2-1.
Well, let me say this. He's certainly playing as well as anybody could have expected. And I'm real impressed with his protection. I'm very impressed with the running game that he's working behind.
Coach Jerry.
All of those things, he would be the first to tell you, make his job his good play attainable. But I don't want to take anything away from him. There's no question. He understands this offense. He has got the makeup for a top quarterback, and I underline the word makeup for a top quarterback. And we're very fortunate. The purpose of the backup quarterback in the NFL is to be able to step in and have your team function on all the cylinders without having to give up some of your offense that the starter usually takes with him when he leaves. In this particular case, you've got somebody that knows this thing inside and out, and he knows how to execute it, and we're seeing that he'll do that under pressure.
Yes, indeed. And there's always been histories of backup quarterbacks standing tall. Steve Berline, who remembers Steve Berline, right? Jason Garrett, I think he started off 3-0. Steve Berline started off 4-0 or something like that. And now we are seeing this from the likes of Cooper Rush with a 3-0 start, which is phenomenal right now for us. And it goes back to reminding me of a time when you look at things, do you take this at face value, or do you say, hey, is this a situation that on the high end? And y'all gave me crow. Y'all gave me a lot of crow for this, right? Just like I gave my guy, oh my gosh, man, Boss Cowboy, man, last Tuesday night, he was saying that Noah Brown is Chris Carter-ish. Now he ain't saying that he was Chris Carter, but he was putting Noah Brown in the same conversational piece with Chris Carter, right? But you guys remember when I said on the high end, Cooper Rush could be a Kurt Warner, right? On the low end, he could be a Matt Ryan. I mean, not Matt Flint, I meant to say. Matt Flint. Y'all remember Matt Flint? But Chris Carter-ish. Shout out to you, Swain. And I got a lot of heat from you guys. So, with that being said, am I a little bit right on the high end? And I'll just play it. But for right now, Cooper Rush is doing the exact same things that we want a quarterback to do. Take good care of the ball, improve from last week to this week. I think he was 19 for 31 last week, and now this week he's 21 for 31, right? Or something of like that. So those are areas of improvement, and he had a sure, true touchdown that could have been from my guy, CeeDee Lamb, right? He had a almost catch, almost, from Jalen Tolbert. And if I have any, and shout out to Jalen Tolbert, it was his first game out there. If I had any negative things toward Jalen Tolbert gameplay, because I know he's a rookie, you're going to take him time to get his feet wet. He got to take that yellow. Yeah, he had a yellow mouthpiece. Take that off, man. Like, where did they get this yellow mouthpiece stuff from? Let's listen to more what he had to say.
He'll do that when the chips are down. He'll do that when the play isn't exactly happening the way it's designed to be. He's doing that. All of those things you see in Cooper Rush right now. So he's doing a great job, and I know that he doesn't have anybody that's supporting him any more than Dak, because when Dak does get back, if we have a chance to have a record that lets us be in the hunt, lets us be viable, considering the loss of time we had with Dak, then that's what a quarterback is about. That's what the position is about, and I think we've got a good one in Cooper.
Yeah, I was going to ask you with a smile.
That boy said Cupper. He got a good one in Cupper. Shout out to Jerry Jones, man. We got to love him. $4.99 from Hilton. Appreciate you so much. Crow don't taste too bad. Just add some bread, some lettuce, and tomatoes. Love rush ball placement. Yeah, that's one thing you can really say. Yeah, rush ball placement is there. I can't even find any flaws in that, right? And my job and my duty is to grade hard, and he's putting the ball right where it should be or supposed to be. And the receivers, sometimes it sells. You know, I'm not saying that the dude have a one, whatever the highest QB rating there is. You know, I'm not saying that he's that guy. Nor am I saying that he's Troy Aikman or a Kurt Warner. I'm not saying that he's those guys either. But you're right, you know, add some bread, some lettuce and tomatoes on it. Appreciate you, Michael. This should be a situation that we can look back on and say, hey, the greatest part of this will be, hey, if we can do the Steve Berline situation, right? And then we go on and be some crazy, crazy fans for this team through the playoff and beyond, right? Cooper scores the touchdowns. Dak doesn't. This is from SG. And then Ill Machine says Dak had 37 touchdowns last year. There are multiple ways we can look at this. When Dak is hot, he is hot, right? And when Cooper is doing what he's doing what he's doing. 3 games for right now. There's no way we can make a true comparisons and analysis of a player that played 3 games juxtaposed to a player that played 86 games. There's just no way we can really do a complete comparisons and analysis. I truly believe even next week's game, and I'm not trying to overlook. Let's look at this week's game, right? The overall team was a 32nd ranked overall team. 32nd in offense, 27th in defense, and 29th in special teams. And granted, they had the aficionados to help propel and push them. But this wasn't a game like a walk in the park. Trust and believe this wasn't a game like a walk in the park, right? Last year it was a game walk in the park, you know, and I think they got close to us, but we was able to pull off. It didn't feel as if though we had all of these challenges, right? And the year before that, and the year before that. So let's pump the brakes a little bit. But what I'm gonna tell you guys, that next week's opponent, what if I told you, you know, it's just being 100. I'm gonna keep it. Next week's opponent. I mean, come on. They the number 1 special teams in the National Football League. But truth be told, this should be a situation and scenario, a home game that we should be able to eat. We should be. And I'm not counting my eggs before they hatch. But they the 23rd offense, battered and bruised from playing the Eagles. They done ate up 9 sacks on this dude last week or the other day. And now they got to face the Dallas Cowboys. So 9 times out of 10, if I'm a betting man, if I was the guy that bet, shoo, a home game too, this should be a game where it should be slaughter, blood should be shed for the Washington team. Chicken 09, when he says, where are those chicken wings at? I'm hungry. Hey man, well I got a good old crow beak over here you can have, right? Yeah. So let's listen to more of Jerry Jones. But I'm not discounting a win. No, look, I don't want you guys to sit back and say, well, Law is discounting his win. No, I'm happy about this win. And like I said, I'm so far wrong. And you guys don't have to listen to me. I was wrong on Dorrance Armstrong. I'm wrong on Noah Brown. And for right now, I'm extremely wrong on Cooper Rush. I'm wrong. Y'all don't have to listen to me. I'm wrong. Y'all can listen to somebody who's always right. I'm wrong right now, and I'm eating crow because Dorrance Armstrong played out of his mind, right? And Noah Brown, hey, he's solid. Now, I ain't going to put him at Chris Carter. I'm not finna go that far. I'm not. But Noah Brown is catching things, pulling the ball out of the sky, running some crispies, right? I can't wait to do a film. I'm going to do a film analysis on his routes, and we're going to get right to the nitty-gritty to this. But first, I'm going to do the defense because I'm biased. I'm going to do the defense first, then I'll jump over there on the offense. I got to do the defense of Tank Law getting those 3 sacks last night.
All on my face, as you like to say, what's the status of your QB controversy in terms of what Rush could do to make this a legitimate discussion?
Why would you say that?
Yeah, well, let's put it like this. I think if everybody stops and thinks, you want your quarterback to be able to come in, and when you lose your starter, you want your quarterback to be able to come in and, like I said, not miss much of your offense, much of your ability to win the game. We have that. That's exactly what you would hope to be. You can't find these things out, though, until the backup gets in and gets when the bullets are flying and get a chance to show what he can do. We're showing that. We're buoyed by this. The team is inspired by this. I'm inspired by it. And it's just like we had hoped would happen but Dak lost some playtime.
Jerry, what does Cooper do as well as Dak, or better than Dak in some cases?
Well, but I don't know.
Why you go ask an 80-year-old man like that, man? You gonna put that man in the blender like that, man? Why would you do that to him, man? Why would you do that to him, man? Come on, man. Come on, let's see what he gonna say about Cooper. Come on, let's go.
So that you do a comparison. You have your, of course, you certainly know who your starter is. You know who your, and you know the role of the backup.
Let me go back.
Jerry, what does Cooper do as well as Dak, or better than
Watch
Dak
this.
in some cases?
Well, but I don't know that you do a comparison. You have your, of course, you certainly know who your starter is. You know who your, and you know the role of the backup. That's football. That's NFL football. But what you hope is that when you call on them, that you can execute, and that's been the case from the standpoint of knowing the offense. You don't lose anything.
Come on, man, Jerry, bring it out.
When he's in there, he can execute, he can read, he can change the play at the line. You saw him doing it last night. He can get you in the right position. But more important than all of it that you're seeing is that when the chips are down or when the bullets are flying, then does he have it? Can he stand in there and make the plays at the critical times? You don't know that until you see it. Well, here he's every chance he's ever had to get in there, he does it. That tells you a lot right there.
They didn't answer the question. He ruminated. Jerry is a hell of a salesman. You know, they asked him, what do he do better? Or what do he do that Dak don't do, right? And he still didn't give us the answer, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Let me just rewind one more time. I ain't going to stop it no more, y'all. I just love this right quick, man. They wrong for this, man. Sean and RJ, y'all wrong, man.
Get you in the right position. Is that when you call on them, I don't know that it's just like we have until the backup gets in and gets when the bullets are flying and get a chance to show what he can do. We're showing that. We're buoyed by this. The team is inspired by this. I'm inspired by it.
He wasn't going to answer, Brian. You're right.
It's just like we had hoped would happen but Dak lost some playtime.
Jerry, what does Cooper do as well as Dak, or better than Dak in some cases?
Well, but I don't know that you do a comparison. You have your, of course, you certainly know who your starter is. You know who your, and you know the role of the backup. That's football. That's NFL football. But what you hope is that when you call on them, that you can execute, and that's been the case from the standpoint of knowing the offense. You don't lose anything when he's in there. He can execute, he can read, he can change the play at the line. You saw him doing it last night. He can get you in the right position. But more important than all of it that you're seeing is that when the chips are down or when the bullets are flying, then does he have it? Can he stand in there and make the plays at the critical times? You don't know that until you see it. Well, here he's every chance he's ever had to get in there, he does it. That tells you a lot right there.
Jerry Jones here on The Fan. Before we get back to the game, could you just give us a Dak physical update, Jerry, and what you're looking at with him timeline-wise this morning?
Timeline.
I think his progress is nothing short of amazing. Now, progress has everything included in the definition for Dak of the ability to be able, with firm strength, grip the football so that you can throw the football. He's not doing that. But as far as his ability to potentially function in a couple of weeks or a week or 10 days or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't think you could ask for a better result. The type of injury it is, he'll be able to play within a week or two. He'll be able to. And from the standpoint of risk to the injury, it's a question of whether or not he'll be able to grip and throw the ball. And we don't know that.
Let's talk about the amazing redemption story of CeeDee Lamb last night. What can you say about number 88? A lot of people wanted to just rip that jersey off of him in the first half, Jerry, and then you got that response. Talk about that redemption last night.
Well, I know that you fight those setbacks as a player, and you have them all the time. Football is usually one of, as I've said many times, it's a real small percentage of successes. But no one in the world was fighting those demons any more than him of disappointment. And I saw him fighting through it. Well, after the ball that he dropped, he was working through his body language when we were on defense. And then finally he got up and he walked completely to the other end of the bench and just reached down and gave 5 to Cooper Rush and told him he'll do better. He did that while the defense was out on the field. It was obvious he was trying to work through not letting that play impact not only his night but impact him. And, of course, he came in and played not only inspired but at a level I think it all showed his mentality when he caught that short ball, really took a big collision, kept going, kept driving. Well, you could see what was happening in his rebound from a big disappointment.
Jerry, is this defense? Is this a dominant defense right now?
Well, we like to all use these kinds of words, but it's certainly a defense that at this juncture, after the third game, we're not the same defense that was out there for the first game. Although we played well. It was a good Tampa team we played, and we played well defensively. And so, again, those kinds of words you're reluctant to use them in the NFL. Let's just put it like that, because.
No doubt, man. That's the good old Jerry Jones. That interview is about 30 minutes long, man. What we're going to do is I'm going to share this link with you guys. Be sure to watch it there. 105.3 The Fan. I appreciate you, Winfro. Appreciate you for the super chat. Your name is entered into the drawing. We will be giving away tickets for the Eagles game the home game, of course, and the other ticket will be given away to the Detroit Lions game, those two teams there. So if you guys support, your name will be entered into a drawing, and you will have a chance to see our Cowboys be victorious on those days. So I appreciate you guys so much. All right, so with that being said, moving along here, I truly believe that what Jerry is saying, that yes, this defense is different, right? We fly, we chase, we hit, we get to the ball faster. Week 1 always is now considered preseason. Believe it or not, that's just the preseason natural flow of things now, and that's week 1. I truly believe that this team, we're leading in pressures. There's no other team that put more pressure on the quarterback right now. Right now, we're not the number 1 team in turnovers. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are that. But we are. Finally, put your hands together, Cowboy Nation. This has been a long time. A long, long time. Let me see if I can find my button over here. We are the leading team in sacks. No other team got more sacks than the Cowboys within the first 3 weeks of football. So those things, Cowboy Nation, I would take to the bank. So we're displaying that we can get to the quarterback. We can make hits on the quarterback. We can. I said there was a preview show that didn't get a chance to air, but it was supposed to be a preview show of the Dallas Cowboys versus the Giants. The John Board Media, and as well as the podcast that I was on. I literally said, one of the hosts asked, "Hey, Law, what's going on with the turnovers?" And I said, what's happening now is that we are getting to the quarterback before the quarterback can make those errant throws, right? Before the quarterback can throw the interception, or the receiver catches the ball and we knock it out for a fumble. That is what I like to see. And let me see if I can pull up the stat sheet so everybody can see. NFL stat leaders for the 2022. Right now, the offensive leaders, the best offense in the National Football League, are the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Buffalo up there. Detroit up there. The Ravens up there. The Cleveland Browns are up there, right? So that goes to show you that, hey, how the offensive leaders look, right? And out of that list of 5, it may be only one real team up there, believe it or not. But that's just how it goes. Could be 2. Passing leaders, 329 yards. It's Buffalo. You got the Chargers, the Philadelphia Eagles, Miami Dolphins, and the Jets. Nobody slang the ball around like those boys. Rushing, Cleveland Brown, they run the ball. I still don't see my Cowboys name up there, right? Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, the Giants, right? Top 4 in rushing. I wonder how that worked for them last night. You see how this list goes? And then defensive leaders. Yards allowed per game. Number 1, Buffalo. San Francisco. Denver Broncos. Those two faced each other, and it was a hell of a game, right? 10-11, something like that. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. They top number 5 on defensive leaders. Sacks. We got the Dallas Cowboys. Second on that list, you have the Philadelphia Eagles. This game, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Eagles, we can't wait to see that one. I think the NFL next seasons and beyond, they're going to say, you know what? We're going to always try to give the Dallas Cowboys versus the Eagles at least in September, right? We got to get those ratings around, because right now, that would have been a hell of a game if it was on Monday night yesterday, right? Or last week. But neither here nor there. 13 for us, 12 for them. They sniffing right at us. Turnovers. You see the Jacksonville Jaguars, they got 7. The Ravens got 5. And the Eagles, once again, got 4 of them. And Tampa got 4. And of course, I think the Cowboys on this list, we got 2 turnovers. A pick by Donovan Wilson and a pick by Trayvon Diggs, I believe. We got 2 turnovers. But don't worry. Don't worry, we coming. Dak will be back. Noah wasn't a top target for him, just from Kiki. I feel you. Stay sleep, bro, Kiki. Shout out to Kiki, man. Let Kiki be, Law, I've been way over here talking football, taking football games serious. It's painful when we lose, and I've been a Cowboy fan since 1978. This is from Smith Charles. Well, Smith, my biggest advice for you is to don't hold it to your heart. Maybe charge it to your head, but not your heart when these games are being played. The people on the field get paid millions of dollars. So that's why CeeDee Lamb can smile after he drop a pass, right? That's why, when players get banged up, they could be on the sideline and they still get a check. But when you put your heart out there and they get busted wide open, they won't hand you a check, fam. So look at it like that. We root for this team, just like me. I root for this team. I want good things to happen for this team. But I have no control of the outcome of the game. I'm only rooting for this team. And just like I would continue to root for this team, long before Cooper Rush was born, long before Noah Brown was born, long before Dorrance Armstrong was born. 9 times out of 10, I will be rooting for this team long after they are gone away from this team. So that's how you got to contextualize it. I can't say it in any other ways, but you got to figure out a way mentally to say, yeah, man, I want my team to win, but at the end of the day, they the ones getting checks. They are the ones that's going to get the love and all of that. And you're just rooting. Nothing we can do about it. Coach Marv says, what's up, Law? How do I get put in the name drawing? 2 ways. Either support via Cash App or Super Chat, and your name will be put into the drawings. We pull names straight from that list, and then your name will be inserted into this wheel that we do. And then from there, if your name is selected, just like Cowboy Culture, you'll be able to go to the game. Yeah, Sally's the same way, yes. But don't get bogged into these things, Cowboy Nation. We want to win. For 27 years, we've been wanting to get back to the Super Bowl. By hook or by crook, we are trying to figure out ways to get back in. And once you're in, out. But it's a situation whereas I look at it from both aspects of it. I want Jerry Jones to make the right decisions. And all the time, I'm not right. Look how wrong I am right now. Look at the screen. I mean, I'm completely wrong. But at the end of the day, regardless, I'm rooting for this team. And that's the difference. That's the difference, I believe, truly, between me and some casual Cowboy fans, that they will be rooting against a player because it's not something that they desired for the player, right? They would literally say, I hope Noah Brown drops this ball. I hope Noah Brown fumbled the ball because I can't stand him and I like Jalen Tolbert more, or I like Brandon Smith more, right? There are people literally like that. Oh, man, I hope Cooper Rush don't go through his reads and progressions right. I hope Cooper Rush fall flat on his face because you more of a fan of Dak Prescott, right? Or vice versa. I hope Dak Prescott get hurt so that we can see the backup quarterbacks. There are literally people like that, believe it or not, right? But at the end of the day, I only hope that the Cowboys win. I don't care if they call and put me back there. I don't pick up the phone and say, no, I ain't going to pick up, But it is what it is. Chris 214 last night, the run game was a movie. Yeah, it was a movie, man. A full movie. Yeah, and Yeah, Sally Lloyd. No, yeah, flip-flopping like Skip Bayless. Yeah. Yeah. We all want players to do well. We all want players to succeed. And like, there's the big, great divide between Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. A third of the fan base soured on Ezekiel Elliott. Not even looking at the complete things that he brings to the table. Right? That's blocking. That's running with authority. Getting you that 3rd and 1 or that 3rd and inches, right? So those are things that we need to pay close attention to as fans. But the fan base, I've seen people say some crazy things about Jerry, but that's just how it goes. I want CeeDee to ball the F out so that he can get paid. I want Pollard to do well so Zeke can also do well. Yeah, Choctaw, I feel you on that, right? And that's the right mindset to have. I love all my Cowboys, not one over the other. This is from Jessica. Appreciate you. All right? So let's rally behind. That's the whole point of rallying behind, right? But I think it's sexy when people, that's what the media attention like. They like controversy, right? Right. They love to say, hey, this person should be the starter, right? They love to elevate a person before it's time. But when it starts to wane on them, they so quickly turn. They do, right? And that's one thing that we've been battling with for these last 6 or 7 years or so of people turning their attentions from one instance to another. But neither here nor there. What I want to do at this point, for sake of time, we're going to open up the phone lines, and we want to get your thoughts.
There is one other participant in the conference.
Opinions of everything in here.
Please announce yourself.
And
all participants are muted.
Get everybody what's on their heart. It's Victory Tuesday, and we got a lot of work to do, especially with that film release. And keep in mind, too, Cowboy Nation, we also got the final word tonight, so I can't wait. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. So we got some people in the house already. Lady Jessica, you're an all-star. You the first one in here. Talk to me.
Hey, love.
What's going on with you?
Nothing much. I just want my quarterback to succeed, all-star quarterback to succeed, because ever since he's been here, they didn't want him to succeed. They want to see him fail. They don't want him to succeed because, number one, of his color. And I don't care how many people say it ain't. That is a lie. Because they said Jerry Jones was not going to get a black quarterback on this team anyway, because they were saying that because of the organization, where it is, they are designed only on a certain race to be the head quarterback. Anyway, but I'm over that. All I know that our Cowboys need to do is when the Commanders come in here, is stand their ground and hold down the business and handle their business. I never hated Cooper. I just don't trust him. I have my doubts about him still because he's fickle. I want him to succeed until Dak gets back. Yes, I do. But I don't trust him, and I just don't trust him. And it ain't that we got equal. It's just that we have seen what he can do and what he cannot do. He was out there throwing over players, but did anybody say anything about him? Did anybody say how he was throwing up? No, but let that have been that, they would have trashed that boy. They don't want to see him succeed, but I love him, and I know he's going to, because, boy, God is going to bless him to be a great baller. Because when we was down, Dak got us back in the game. Dak led us to win games many a time. And people are so disrespectful, it is a shame. But I love our team. I want to see everybody on this team succeed. I just have my doubt about Cooper Rush because he's fickle. And you see how he was throwing over players last night. If there had been that, he would have got creamed.
No doubt. I appreciate you for calling in, Lady Jessica. Thank you on this Victory Tuesday. Thank you for calling in and your thoughts. Salute. Yeah. That's a real deep rabbit hole there, and I truly don't want to go there, especially on this episode. This Victory, I truly believe that this team, the winning philosophy, Cooper Rush can be blue. The winning philosophy is running the ball. I think that a lot of people get clouded with what the circumstances are within the organization or within the country. But this particular team, they got a record for 2020, since 2020. When we rushed the ball with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard for more than 10 times, we're 8-0, right? And I pull up the chart of us rushing the ball for over 25 times. I get it, right? But those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. Once we start pulling out cards, and y'all know what card I'm talking about, we would miss the meat worrying about the potatoes. And that's the hardest thing that anybody can start talking about is those things. And that's right. Coach Marv, you're live.
Hey, what's going on, Law? How you doing, brother?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me.
Hey, man, we got the formula, man, but it kills me, man. We got a formula of winning, and we playing complementary football, and we still trying to find ways to replace guys. Hey, man, Cooper Rush is doing well. I love Jerry's interview.
Yeah.
He said that basically he's saying we're doing the things to help our backup quarterback be successful. That's what we do. We're doing the things to help our backup quarterback and which our quarterback be successful. We playing good defense. We're running the football.
Right.
We're not putting too much on his plate.
Right.
We're protecting him. He's not under duress. I think he may got hit about 3 or 4. I think he had 6 pressures on 31 drop back passes. Where the other guy had 27.
I got it here. Yeah.
So we're doing the things to keep him where he can do well. And that's good winning complementary football. The running game, again, Law, you have been saying that, we've been saying it for the longest.
Right.
30 carries again. They're still undefeated. In 2 years. So and then I'm not. We could have ran the ball even more. Yeah. I think we gave up 14 points in that game, or we made that game 3 minutes longer because of our lack of running the football. And I don't want people to forget this, because I think our players are doing well. They're coming along, but we got to tighten up on our sideline with time management,
right,
and how to control the football game, because it would get us in trouble when we get to the bigger games. So
it will get us in big trouble, man.
2 times.
Yep.
2 times. The Tony Pollard run. Tony Pollard runs 46 yards, gets into the red zone.
Yeah.
We make one more run play, and then we go empty set 2 times in a row.
2 times. I'm like, what are you doing? And
okay, that turns into a field goal.
Yeah.
Okay. The biggest mistake, and I was on me and Boss were doing the watch party, and I almost went really ballistic in the 4th quarter when we got it inside the red zone. Zeke got 9 yards on 2 carries. It was 3rd down and inches with 5 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the game. We was up by a touchdown. This game should have been almost over after that possession.
Yeah.
Giants had 2 timeouts. If we get a first down there, they would have to use their next time, all their timeouts. We could at least burn another 2 to 2.5 minutes off the clock. So once we kicked the field goal, it wouldn't have been but they probably wouldn't even score the field goal, because this game would have been over.
It would have been over with, man.
We throw the ball on 3rd and inches when we done run for 176 yards in the game.
Y'all write that down. Yeah. Yep, 176.
This is what I say about that is, you causing this. It's a couple of things that this causes, and I think the people need to understand this. This causes your chances of having injury, because you didn't close out a game where you could have minimized the plays of your team. This caused them to run more plays, because what was more important at that particular time when you were in field goal range was the clock.
The clock.
It wasn't about making the mega pass. It was about the clock, because you had control of the game, and you wanted to end the game, and you wanted to shorten the game. So You're early in the season. You don't want to go out there and run any more plays. So you cause that team to go out there and run another 10 or 15 plays on defense.
Right.
And when Diggs go to the sideline limping and he comes back, all this could have been null and void if you would took the other 2 minutes off that clock. They had no timeouts. They would have had the ball maybe for 2 minutes. This game is over. We would have been going home long before this. We caused this game to be another 30, 40 minutes because we decided to throw a pass when we're third down in inches and we're dominating the line of scrimmage.
Y'all listen up. Yep.
That's and listen. And then I hear people say, and this is where I really went off on this. And this is not to say nobody need to be fired, but this is the truth. That is not a Kellen Moore decision. When you get in these type of when you get into this type of scenario, when you're in control of the game, those are clock management head coaches' decisions.
You're right, Coach. You're right.
You run the play that is going to be conducive to us, that's going to get what I want and to control this game and end this game the fastest. So whatever you call, that has to go, it has to say, I approve or I veto. Because if you're not doing that, what are you? And then another instance, there was a fumble on the reception there. Why didn't we drop the flag? What was it going to hurt for us to drop the challenge flag to see if that was a fumble? You in control of the game.
Right.
These things, we got to tighten up on that sideline. And those same things we've been talking about for the last 2 years of a little small adjustments on the sidelines that we need to really tighten up to get more organized on that sideline because it would cost us, not in these games.
Not in these games.
The biggest game.
Against a team, the 32nd ranked offense and the 27th ranked defense. When you play against better teams, when you play against better teams, those margins, those small margins of error, literally, you can't make no mistakes. So those are things that we really have to iron out and be ready for down the line. But I tell people all the time, you do not want to peak right now, and I'm quite sure that they got a Coach Marv somewhere down there preaching to those boys, right?
but it's a great game, Law. I don't want you that we're playing very good. I want to say this one little quick thing.
Talk to me, man.
Fans, we got a very talented football team.
We do.
We got a very, very talented football team. And the only thing we just hope is this team gets, like Law was saying, gets better every week. And other guys start to step up and perform, and we can bring all this together. I like where we at now, how we starting, because we have not reached our full potential yet, and we're growing towards that. I think last year this time we was almost at our full potential, and then we went downward.
Yeah.
Let's gradually get there this year.
Coach, man, I appreciate you so much, man. And thank you for calling in, Coach Marv. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Law. Later.
A good call from him. That's Coach Marv, man. You guys, it's a situation and scenario that let's do this. Let's do this. Let's talk about the good things about this team at this point, and then we sprinkle in some of the things that we need to really improve on. But I want to know your excitement of the game too. And Coach Marr brought up some good points. I'm not putting lipstick on a pig. No, we need to improve on some things. But I want to know your guys' excitement about what's going on with this camp. 615. This is Gina.
Hey, Law, how are you?
I'm doing great. What's good with you, Gina?
Good.
Talk to me.
I needed you to come pick me up off that floor last night. Ooh, if I didn't need you to come pick me up off that floor. I was having a great time. I always thoroughly, I don't know if I've told you, but I look so forward to the play-by-play.
Oh, wow.
Because it allows me to bond with the nation.
Okay.
And, watching that game together, it's like we're all in the living room together.
Right.
And it's just such a pleasure to just be with my Cowboy Nation watching the game, and you and your antics and how you just make us feel when you're calling the game, and you're just so full of excitement. And I feel that. I read the comments, and we kind of have our own vibe going.
Right.
And I look so forward to that every single game. It's like, I am on cloud nine as a fan since '74. I've always been on cloud nine with my Cowboys, and just to have that to look forward to every game. I thoroughly enjoyed the game. What I really loved so much about watching this Cowboys team last night is I saw a lot of togetherness.
Right.
I saw them playing together. I saw how they interacted with one another, how they supported one another in each of their roles. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's going to take as we get further along down the road, especially, in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. We're going to need that. We're going to really need to come together. Whoever is at any given position, we just need to throw our support behind them, whoever it may be,
right.
Whether it's Cooper Rush, whether it's Dak, whether it's Pollard, whether it's Zeke. We need to just throw all of our support behind them, whoever is out there, because the main objective is that we're trying to win. We want to win.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we want to win. So we just need to throw all of our support, continue to be with our team, support our team, and spread that love so they'll know that, there is a fan base that loves you guys, that loves the Cowboys so much. And we want them to feel that. We want them, and it doesn't matter who's playing on any given Sunday. It doesn't matter if 19, 20, 21, 88, 4, 19, who suits up. We are a fan base, and we are for the Cowboys. We want the Cowboys to win. We want them to excel. So I did appreciate the camaraderie. I so love you. I love you. So and I love the nation. I love each and every one of you. I love the nation. I love the Cowboys. So what resonated with me last night is that togetherness. And I saw togetherness from the time you popped on, until the time the game was over. But I tell you, I needed the nation to come pick me up off that floor last night because I was all the way past outlaw. But I do love you guys, and I so appreciate it. I like where we're headed. I do like where we're headed. I love that defense. Mm-hmm. I love that defense. Bad. It was a kick-ass defense last night.
49 pressures, boy.
Y'all excuse my language, but it was a kick-ass defense last night.
And taking no names. Yeah,
they were kicking ass and taking names, Law.
No, they weren't taking nobody. They were just kicking it.
They were just kicking it. But you know what? At some point, it hurt so much, I almost had to start taking some names because it started hurting me. But I tell you what, I so look forward to every game. I look forward to it. And you know what, Law?
What's that?
There was no doubt about it that was Cooper Rush and not Bobby Rush.
Yeah.
That was Cooper Rush. But
when you go to another Bobby Rush concert,
I don't know, but I'm going to have my spray bottle with me and something to put in his hair to freshen it up. Because I can't have them curls going every way. I can't do it. But I just wanted to call in. I want other people to be able to call in.
Right.
But I just want to put it. I ain't gonna be able to talk.
I appreciate you so much, Gina. Let me hear you say it.
I love you. And listen, always, nation. Know I love you guys. And here we go.
Yes, indeed. Oh, my goodness, baby. Yes, indeed. Hey, if y'all don't like that lady's energy, man, I don't know who you are. Yes, indeed. There was something that I was going to pull up, but it just escaped my mind. Oh, yeah. When the Cowboys, pay attention to that screen at the bottom. When there was a Cowboys and Giants post-game skirmish, basically, on the field, the biggest offensive linemen started to strap up their helmets. Watch Tyler Smith and watch Jason Peters. Them boys are ready to fight, baby. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, when they got to fighting, when they got to ready to swing.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Put the helmet on. Look at him.
This is Sparta!
Pay attention to that video at the bottom, baby. Watch this. Why did he put the helmet on? Oh, y'all ready for war? You know?
Are you not entertained?
Oh my goodness.
Are you
man.
not entertained?
I look. Win, lose, or draw. You got to love that. You got to look. 71, 73. Let's get to war, baby. Oh, y'all want to talk some snuff? You know? Knock if you buck, baby. I love it, baby. I love it. Hey, I got my guy, Choctaw, man. Let me get him in. Get in on this Choctaw, man. You live, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's good, dog.
Hey, man. Like I told y'all about Saquon Barkley. What I say, what was he good for?
Yeah. He good for one big run, and I think that you said our running backs would do better too. Yeah. We did do better, didn't we?
One good one. That's all he's good for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm proud of this O-line. I was a little skeptic before the season, but I knew Tyler Smith had it in him. Oh, man, that dude there, man. I went back and watched the film.
Yeah.
Special teams, blocking, crazy, blowing guys off their feet.
Yeah.
You got a 40-year-old man out there throwing guys out the universe.
Knock if you buck.
Man, hey, man, all Dallas got to do is run the ball, man. I told people.
Yup.
I know as much shit I'm talking about Pollard and CeeDee. It doesn't mean I don't like those dudes. It doesn't mean I do not want those dudes to be good.
Right.
It doesn't mean that I do not want them to be successful. I want CeeDee to get paid.
Yeah.
I want Pollard to get paid. Pollard and Zeke, man, they unstoppable together, man. They're unstoppable.
Yup.
It's not a one-man running back league no more. It's a duo running back league.
Talk to him, man.
That's how teams is playing it. I'm proud of Cooper Rush. I believe that Cooper Rush is a seasoned gamer. He's not a preseason guy. That's not what he's good at. He's good. And all right, that went down. Let me get my couple games in. Let me ball out. A lot of people who do not know, or if they're not old enough, Jason Garrett was doing the same thing.
3-0, yup.
When Troy Aikman went down, he took up and he helped Dallas get to the Super Bowl.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? When Troy Aikman went down, he played in that playoff game. He snapped.
Sure
that doesn't
did,
mean
man.
that he was better than Troy Aikman. He was just a good, serviceable backup. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. You want a solid backup. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. A lot of these fans, man, they have low football IQ, and they just spew out ignorance. And I'll just be like, bro, what are you talking about?
Man, you already know, man. Hey, Choctaw, man. You know just what it is, man. I'm celebrating this victory. Yes, indeed, man. What other point you got from here, man? Before we let you go, man.
Hey, man, my other point is, I don't care what the Eagles are doing. I don't care what their numbers is looking like. Mm-hmm. When they came to Dallas last year, they were 3-0, and they was number one in offense, number one in defense. They could stop the run, they could do all this. What was that final score?
Man, look, it was terrible for them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jalen Hurts is an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Oh, man, like I said, man, they ain't played nobody. I'm tired of these people keep crowning teams that's playing scrub defenses or scrub teams or teams that can just compete for a little bit. but no one is talking about how the Eagles is 10 points. They only had 10 points in the second half for 3 games.
10 points. Man, that's some good facts, man. I appreciate you for calling in with that, man. Appreciate you, Choctaw, man.
Already.
Appreciate him, man. Good call from him, by the way. All right, so, hey, man, shoot, right now they first in offense, first in overall, 5th in defense. Okay. All right, so we'll face them when we see them, right? And I'm quite sure they ready to see us, right? They gonna let us know. They watch just like we listening, right? So I know how that goes, Cowboy Nation. I got Jermetta, you live from the 214.
Hey, Law. Hey, Nathan. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we doing good.
I'm glad to hear that. I just want to say, man, how about them Cowboys? That was an amazing game. It was exciting to watch. I'm glad that we finally have a solid backup quarterback, in Cooper Rush. He's doing amazing. I'm glad that the team is rallying around him, knowing exactly what he needs to be successful, and the coaches as well.
Right.
I just want to keep that run game going, and because there's no need for Dak to throw 50-plus times in a game. We need to keep that complementary football going, and we need to continue to keep balance, when it comes to our offense and how we do the plays and how we distribute the plays and things of that nature. But hats off to everybody. Hats off to our defense. And I'm really excited about where we're going with that. I'm glad they didn't overplay Micah. They gave him a chance to rest, and all of those other guys stepped up. We got to see D-Law in action again. We haven't seen that in a while. And we got to see Dorrance Armstrong, do his thing. And, especially with Noah Brown, I was out on him. I was ready to get rid of him, a while back. But you know what? I'm glad that Cooper Rush has that relationship with him, and it's allowing us to be extremely successful. We were upset when we got rid of Cedric, but you know what? Noah is excellent with filling that role, and we're going to keep moving forward. We got Washington coming up, and you know how we like to run all over them.
Right.
And so it's going to be another game where we're going to be screaming and happy, and that. So Miss Gina, get ready because you're gonna have to get picked up off the floor.
She gonna get picked up off the floor. Hey, I'm gonna give her a shovel while she down there so she can start digging to put these bodies in there. She gotta hide those bodies, Jametta, it's good to hear you laugh over there, and I'm glad that you in good spirits and everything. I appreciate you so much. Okay?
I am in good spirits. You know what? God is good, and I'm just thankful for each and every day He allows me to wake up and keep moving and keep seeing more time, and keep walking on this earth, not just in my physical form, but also in my spiritual form. So, I'm just very thankful for all of that. So I was highly medicated when the game came on. But I was able to watch it later on when I woke up. But so I'm just really happy, and I watched it, and then I also watched it live that I missed. But it was all good. I'm so happy that we're all here to able to celebrate the win. I don't want to take up too much time, but I do want to just say, how about them Cowboys? And I just want everybody to have a happy Tuesday. Celebrate today. Be thankful.
Yes, indeed.
Like you said, none of the negativity. Let's just be happy for the win and happy for the people who got us that win. And let's, move on to the next game and look forward to that win and the success to that one.
No doubt. Appreciate you so much, Amanda. Thank you. Good call from her. All right, Cowboy Nation, as we move right along, let's lock
The
it down.
conference has been locked.
We're gonna lock it down. Everybody in here, y'all locked in. Okay. All right, so let's get it out, Cowboy Nation. I got about 15 people in here, and I'm gonna be sure I get to all of y'all. So just keep in mind we got other people waiting. So let's go. I got my guy Detective over here from the 414. You live.
Law Nation, what's up, man?
Talk
Victory
to me, man.
Tuesday, brother.
Yes, a date. Let's get it.
Hey, this is CeeDee from Wisconsin, man. I told you earlier.
Why I got you down as a detective though, man? You know, you
got me because I used to be, but I'm in the chat as CeeDee.
Oh, okay.
You got me as Detective Cowboy.
Detective Cowboy.
So you ever see me? Your nickname for me is the Blueprint, because that's what you are, brother. The Blueprint. All right, so I got a couple pros and cons I'm gonna give real quick so everybody's getting this line. So some of my pros. Kellen Moore finally committed to the run.
Yeah.
Man, I saw some new plays. I was like, man, that's a new play.
That's a new play. Right. Hey, he can wear some of those out.
I got hyped. I said, we scrapped that stupid pistol. I'm glad we got rid of that. We got the 1-2 punch of Pollard and Zeke.
Yep.
And I was like, it's game time. Hey, and a couple more things. Tyler Smith, the real deal. That's our future, brother. That's our new left tackle.
Yo.
Man, I'm telling you.
It's him all the way.
Peters coming in can't do nothing but help a guard. Peters, man, big time. Coming in help. He can't do nothing but help.
Hey, you know what? It's another thing that I seen, man, with Peters. He was good, but if you go back and look at his plays, he ain't moving as swifty as Tyler, you know. And I get it, he was 40. But I was sitting like, but when he get his head stick up on you, you know, you ain't going nowhere. But he was moving kind of gingerly, you know. He's slow.
Yeah, he bring that mentality, though. He bring that physical nastiness. That's what I like.
He did do that.
Hey, we missing Schultz. We miss Schultz, no problem. We got Ferguson and Hendershot. Hey, Ferguson can block. Hendershot can go downfield. That's a new element. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And then we got D-Law coming back. The fear of D-Law is back. Hey, we'll keep the pressure off of Micah. And you know what? Armstrong can play. That boy can play. We see it. I mean, I can go on and on. Dono, a.k.a. the Hitman. He's a dog.
Assassin.
He a dog, man. He a dog. He come out there he just lay in the wood. I can't wait to see him, Curse, and Hooker together, man. I can't wait to see that combo.
But you know what you just said? When you said those names, a soul for a soul, you know, a sacrifice, you getting Jordan Lewis up out of there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Lewis, man, I just need for him to show. Now, he had a near interception. But Jordan Lewis, I think that your team will be even more aggressive. Get him up out of there.
Yep.
Yeah.
No doubt. And you know what? Another thing, we always on it, and I'm gonna be the first to say Noah Brown is an asset. I was saying get him out of there, but I can eat crow too.
Yeah.
That boy can ball. He can ball. And he ain't gonna do nothing but help because we got Galvin coming back. We got James Washington coming back. Hey, you know what? We got a couple people coming back. We got Dak coming back, and we got Cox coming back. And speaking on Cox, we got to sit down, LVE. I'm sorry. That boy got to sit down. He got cement
blocks for feet, man. And I look. I was sitting like, is he gonna catch? Ain't no way he gonna get across that edge. And Danny still got on that edge and then got him by 2 or 3 yards, man. I was like, come on, LVE.
I ain't never seen a linebacker running backwards all the time. That dude is running backwards. If you watch the film, he's running backwards with his back against the line. They just push him out of there. I don't know.
I think I put some weight on LVE and just see if he can play on the line or something, you know, because he don't got the foot speed, man. If they just want to hold on to him that long, you know.
Yeah, that's one of their babies, so I got it.
Yeah.
But you know another thing in common, what is up with these refs, man? They need to be investigated.
Oh, my gosh, man. They kept them alive, baby. They did.
Look, Noah Brown got not held, not PI. He got tackled twice. The game would have been over, both of them, twice in the red zone.
Twine,
how can you miss that, man? How can you miss that?
Shame, man.
But you know what? But I'm gonna say one thing I'm a little worried about is the running quarterback, because we gotta look up on Hurts. That's the one we're gonna have to come at. Danny Donuts. If he can do that, we're gonna have to.
He rushed for 79 yards on us, Danny.
Yeah.
So what I think that the Cowboys really didn't put a spy on Danny. They didn't really do that. Not until like the latter part with Dono. So what I think that they're gonna do is off the gate, they're gonna call open that plan with when we had was it CJ Goodwin on our team. You remember when he was the spy? I'm quite sure that if I'm gonna put my fastest guy to be the spy on Jalen Hurts, and it could be Kelvin Joseph out there on the field, get him more reps, make him play inside, and just say, hey, spy him.
I like that.
Just spy him.
But you know what I think, man? I think our defense is like top tier. But what do you think about this to put us over the top? The only thing I got to worry about is games are close and our defense is on there too long. They get wore down in the middle. That's the only thing that can hurt that D is running it up with a bruiser. Mm-hmm. How about bringing Sue? He's still a free agent. Bring that dude in to shore up that middle right there.
That could be a situation for us, man, but I think that they love their guys, and then right now we're creating 49 pressures. We're the top leading league in sacks, so they won't bring in that guy. But I feel you, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in, fam. That's a good call.
All right, one more thing there, Law.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this. Steve Young was right. He said Dak needs to watch Rush, and I was like, what you talking about? But I looked at him more. Mm-hmm. Rush played. He stopped. He'll show him not to play tight. Dak needs to have fun out there, man. He needs to have fun, and you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with going through progressions and looking big. Sometimes you just got to take that shot to keep that defense honest.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, that's what I was saying. And all this hurry up, this is what killed me, and I'm going to let you go. We run hurry up with Dak, and I ain't killing Dak, but we get on the line, and he audible like 15 more seconds. What's the sense of hurrying it up? We get to the line, and we sit there and do the whole shot, play clock. 0.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'll be in Dallas next week. You gonna be at the game?
Yeah. Not necessarily the game, but we do have the Cowboys Experience event, so you'll be there, right?
I'll be there. I got like 15 brothers from like the military and retired law enforcement, and we got a tailgate spot already hooked up at the Texas Live. So one of our guys got it. So we'd be down there, man. So hopefully I see you. It'll be nice to run into you, man, and chop it up off the camera there. But I'm going to leave it with this. How about them Cowboys?
Let's go, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. That's my guy, the detective over here, investigating the good stuff over here. All right, so the philosophy and the formula is the formula. Run the ball 25-plus times, and everything will work its way out. Let's not force this team to be a pass-happy team. I truly believe that this Cowboys team, if we stick to the philosophy and the formula, man, we can go a long way. 8-0 with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard rushes the ball for 10 or more times. Both of those guys. The Cowboys, 25, when they rush the ball for 25 or more attempts. Very, very favorable record since 2016. I think the record's like 49 and like 6 or 49 and like 7-ish. I don't feel like pulling up the chart thing there, but you guys following what I'm saying. That is the philosophy. And just like when you're in the VIP section, man, you just chilling. You just got your drinks wide open, man. What we say to those people, man, when you're in the VIP section?
Law, it's VIP, baby!
Yeah.
Look, Law, I ain't a killer, but don't push me, Law.
Yeah.
I got a couple of Hail Marys I'm going to throw, and I'm going to need you to catch them, Law. You ready? You ready for these Hail Marys, Law?
I'm ready for them, man.
Respectfully, I have to back off of my OC. I'm giving him a B+ for this game. Because you know I've been on his neck.
Yeah.
He gets a B+, but he still gets a fourth quarter D for getting too cute in crucial spots. We got a 3rd and 1 Why are we throwing the ball, Law? When we run it, we done proved that we ran the ball for over 150 or 60 yards at the time, and we're throwing the ball on 3rd and inches. Please explain to me, Law.
Man, that's getting cute, man. They already lit, and you bringing more champagne bottles over there, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You bringing more sand to the beach,
You bringing,
Come on, man.
Come on, man. The girls already got the shots going, and you bringing in extra stuff, bro. We don't need that.
We don't need
We got the VIP section locked down.
Right.
And what I did see that I do love, shout out to Mr. Nasty, because you know I've been on him since since we signed him. I've been shouting out Mr. Nasty. Mr. Nasty he is our proven tackle. Do not move him. Don't touch him. When JP got in the game, I loved his conversation with him. Yo, we need him because he has tired legs. You can see that. So it's going to take a minute for him to get those big boy legs and really gain shape. But we need him at that guard position. Did you see the hole that they created? That was that big run from TP was behind those two.
Yeah, I mean, 71 was out there, man, and 73. Those boys, man. Oh my God, yeah. Just create an alleyway.
But Law, the sad thing about that, we did not cash that in. You know that. You remember that drive, right?
Right. I remember.
Come on. See, this is what I'm saying about getting too cute. He gets down there. Why the hell are we running an open set? When we just ran the ball for 50, 60 yards.
Yeah. You got to run.
Come on, Law. If nothing, if you want to get cute, run those jet sweeps down there.
Yeah.
So you have
not double, just
No, I don't. Law, if I see another double, I'm going to yoke him. I'm yoking him out of his position.
VIP.
I'm gonna tell him like they said in New Jack City, your services are no longer needed in our community, in our nation. If I see another double reverse, your services are no longer needed. You're doing right. Just run the ball. All right, I already called a couple of these. I want you to go back to your tape. I said turn up will make a crucial play, and he did.
He did.
Did he not, Law?
Hey, dog, he did that. He did that, flipping the field, giving you a shorter field. Babe, we needed that. He going to rock one. Sooner or later, you know.
Oh, that punter saved it. The punter was the last one.
Right.
That punter clipped his leg or he was ghost.
Yeah.
And that would have been a turning point of the game. But really, I have to weigh in on something else that I called in on halftime, and I'm going to need 80% of the nation to stop jumping on the fence as soon as you see a bad play. Look, Cooper Rush was overthrowing people. I see y'all jump on his neck, but my boy dropped a couple of passes. Y'all ready to rip his jersey off and go kill his moms, and you burning down his house. Come on, man.
CeeDee Lamb. Yeah.
And I said it. What did I say, Law? I said, have some faith in my boy. He'll come back and turn this around.
Yep.
He do.
Yeah, he keeping it.
Had one of the biggest plays of the game.
Yep.
So just have faith, Law. That's all I'm saying. You got to walk. Either you're walking in fear or you're walking in faith.
Let me hear you say
I don't know about you, Law.
Let me hear you say it, Fab. You good. Let me hear you say it.
How about damn Cowboys? Let's go, Law. Let's get it, baby.
Let's get it, man. All right. So with that being said, man, you know, CeeDee Lamb, look, he's the fourth most targeted wide receiver, and he's catching 50% of his balls, right? So one of the things that the Cowboys must figure out a way to do, in my opinion, jet sweep him. Get him involved in a drag or something. Now, I do like it. I do like that bubble or that smoke when the players line off and they throw that. Y'all know what play I'm talking about, that tunnel screen, basically. And he's off. Yeah, I like that one. But they need to figure out a way to utilize him earlier instead of waiting too late. That's my only situation with that. The 469, what's on your mind? You live.
Law Nation, let them hang, baby.
Let them hang.
Cowboy Nation, stand up.
Yeah.
Cowboy Nation, stand the hell up, man. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but all I seen last night was a team that persevered, and we beat the Giants and the refs.
Yeah.
We beat the Giants and the refs, man. Everybody balled. They persevered. They fought through adversity. Anybody who got knocked down, they got back up.
Right.
My boy Kevin Joseph was out there making plays
Yeah.
on special teams. Bids got a little shooken up. He got out. The moment Joseph got out there, I said, Joseph, be ready. They gonna test you. And
Yeah.
eventually they did. He stepped up to the plate big time. I was like, yes, Lord.
Yeah. The physicality he brings, he got good speed. I just need Kelvin Joseph just continue to do those things, and
Yep, 100%.
yeah, he'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, he'll definitely, man.
He'll be
Our
all right.
team going to be all right, man. The whole team, we good, man. It's going to be a week-by-week basis, man. Each week, we're going to find a different way to get it done. And if we don't, we're going to get up, knock off the dust, learn from it. We're going to keep it pushing. It's football, man. There's no such thing as a perfect game. It's impossible to have a perfect game. You don't have flaws. It's about how you bounce back from it.
Especially in September.
Everybody was upset. Facts. I mean, we was all upset with CeeDee. We was because we seen it first. But he came back and he fought for it and he made up for it, man. And that's what I appreciate. Cooper Rush, I got equal with your loss because I as well was like, I have no faith in Cooper Rush. And then
Right.
he has definitely proved me wrong. And I love it. I love being proved wrong when it comes to this. Prove me wrong every day of the week.
Man,
And
no
they mean
doubt.
my team win.
No doubt. And
And
the Reddit beard guy is doing that thing out there, man. So I appreciate
Man,
him one
hey.
game at a time type of groove, man. Shoot.
One game at a time, man. And I got to mention to all the Cowboy Nation, man. We got to just
No doubt,
regardless of how good or bad, but support the players, man. Because if you're a true fan, you're going to cheer for the team no matter what. I was never that big of a Romo fan, but I cheer for him every Sunday because that was my quarterback.
There you go. That's my quarterback, man. I appreciate you for calling in, fam, man. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Good call from you, man. Yeah. It's a good call from you. I got my guy Thomas, man. You live from the 615.
What's up, Lo?
What's good, man? Talk to me, man.
Yeah, man. I'm sitting here watching the replay right now on the NFL Network.
Oh wow.
This is my second time watching it because they showed it again after the game last night. But what I want to say, man, is I'm proud of our O-line.
Right.
We didn't have but I think we had, correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't have but 2 or maybe 3 holding calls last night.
Yeah, we had a few penalties, but yeah, it wasn't as bad as it. As far as the offensive line, it wasn't as bad as
Yeah, I'm just talking about this offensive line itself.
Yeah. We had like 7 penalties altogether, you know.
Yeah, compared to last year.
Oh yeah.
On one of the holding calls on, Tyler Smith down on the goal line. I told Mark Holmes last night. I told him, I said, man, to be honest with you, I don't blame Tyler Smith for holding on that play because if he would have let that guy go, I think Cooper Rush would have gotten killed.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of got to give him a pass on that.
But Thomas, you remember how we were saying, like, Tyler, he's going to hold. He's going to get beat, but he's going to hold, but it's going to be a different type of hold, right? Like Connor Williams last year, when he got beat, he was getting picked up, right? And then he still had to hold on to something, and it was because of lack of power. When we see Tyler Smith or even Matt Farniok, when he get a penalty, it's not due to the power. It's not due to his lack of strength. It may be technique, but it's more so with those type of things versus how we used to get those calls. So I like it. We gonna always be over analyzed as Cowboys players because of the fact that you know how that goes, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then another thing, Cowboy fans in the chat and Cowboy fans all over the world, be happy that we got a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Because if we want to go to the Super Bowl this year, you got to have a quality backup.
Yeah.
History shows that the majority of all the NFL teams that have won Super Bowls had a quality backup. Example, Bob Greasy. Remember those 70 Dolphins teams?
Yeah.
Had a quality backup in Earl Morrall. And I don't want to go throughout all of the history because
you be all day, man.
And I'm not going to go there. But be thankful that we have a quality backup.
Yeah.
And if Dak was to go down again, we can be okay. We got Coop. Hey, let's bring us home.
But you know what? Home, you sound like a more reasonable guy that I can use this analogy on, and it's kind of like you get a blowout on your car, right? Your tire blowout. And you see that donut you put on the car, and it says, do not exceed over 50 miles per hour, or do not travel for more than 100 miles. This is a spare tire. Now, and I get it, right? We get it. I get it. Cooper Rush is doing a great serviceable job. But if they really, like people that understands and know football, and you can hear the analysts, because Jeff Saturday broke it down like a fraction on Sports Center about an hour ago. He's saying that what they are doing is playing complementary football. They are not asking Cooper Rush to go 50 miles per hour or 70 miles per hour. They are keeping everything close and tight, and they are running the ball to open up the passing, right, to create the one-on-ones so that we can be comfortable in playing this game. And he's doing a hell of a job, not to discount him, right?
That go back to what we was talking about a couple of weeks ago. Remember I was telling you that same thing?
Right.
Because I told you, I said, man, look, we don't need Cooper Rush to go in and throw for 300 yards.
Right.
We don't need for him to make a splash. All we need for him to do is stay within the game plan. That's
stay
it.
Within. Yeah. Don't floor it. Don't go 80 miles per hour on a spare.
Right.
Or travel 200 miles. You getting to your destination. Now, this game, clearly, we've seen games like this before with the starting quarterback, that the final score would have been 41-20 or 35 to maybe 17. And you're not going to get that out of the quarterback that we got now or the system that we ran last night. But what people are doing is that they are literally taking game one and they're saying and spreading it out and saying that's who your quarterback is. That's who your starting quarterback is. That's all he ever been. No, that's not the case nor the scenario. But granted, I'm extremely happy that Cooper Rush won this game. And the team actually got together to win this game. And I'm extremely happy, Thomas, that now the coaching staff can see what I've been preaching, banging on the table, run the ball at least 25 to 30 times, and you win this game.
And plus, have you noticed that the 3 wins that Cooper Rush got were under the bright lights?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Cooper Rush can play in a big game or anything like that. It's just the timing of it. The situation of it.
Balance is key, though. But you're right. The situation. Yeah.
And, man, we could have had some picks last night. We was coming awfully so close. And I told a buddy of mine, I said, man, just sit back. Sit back.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones going to throw a pick because he is coming. We are coming too close. And I'll be dog if Biggs didn't pick one off late in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, he missiled. Like Jones, he missiled one. And I thought for sure the way Diggs broke on that ball, I was going to be 6 points the other way.
Oh, man, that was a big trick, man.
He missiled and it went straight through the dynasty diamond. It went straight through, and I said, God, dog, Danny, where'd that come from?
Law, if he would have picked that off, the game would have been over with.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been over with. And somewhere you would have been saying, that was the nasty kind. that would have sealed the game right there.
It would have
sealed the game right there now.
Oh my gosh, man! And they had like the difference between the Giants and the Cowboys on drives. Like we had drive killers, they had drive extenders. Like they kept extending drives for some reason. Like that defensive holding call that they called on Jordan Lewis. Shame, man. I said, God, though. The receiver ran it to him. It's crazy, Tom.
Oh man, what I'm pissed off about, what I was pissed off about last night was, man, the Giants kept holding us all night. Oh my God! I don't even want to talk about their DBs holding our wide receivers in the end zone, and then Noah Brown, when we was at about the 15-yard line, he was about ready to run a streak. And two of their cornerbacks held him in front of the referee, and the referee sat there and let it go. I was like, oh, my gosh, what is going on? Yeah. Am I the only one looking at this?
Man, I promise you. You know what? You are the only one because ain't no way, man. Ain't no way they swallowed that. You had to be the only one to see that one, right? Oh, you and I. I appreciate you so much, Thomas, man.
And that was the first, and a lot of people don't know, but that was the first time I saw Kellen Moore snap. He went off.
Yeah, he got a little bite to him, man. But I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for calling in, Thomas.
All right, my brother.
Yeah, that's a good call from him. Great points, great observation there. And the refs, man, oh my gosh, man. All I wanted, even on both sides, just let these boys play football, right? You know, from the 281, you're live.
Hey, Mr. Law, man.
What's good with you, man? Talk to me.
Good day today.
It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful skies. What a night. Yeah, I'm gonna be real fast, so get the other people on here. Tyler Smith, man, on those two runs you were showing about maybe half an hour ago.
Yep.
Man, he was like running over bowling pins, man.
Looking for somebody to hit.
As fast as a running back.
Boom! You know, he was knocking everybody over, man. I could watch this play for
hit
hours.
By a truck, man. The TV fell over backwards. He cleared that out. Good Lord, man. That's why we can run the ball. And all the daughters and all that, we all heard it for right up until the opening day. What's he gonna do? He's gonna be a failure. He's too young, man. I'm sure glad to see that. And another thing, this wind is like a mountain, and there's a big mountain, and we got over it, and now we got a little mountain, and then the biggest one of all, up until maybe late in the season, is going to be Philadelphia. And they need to put the hurt on Hurts, because when he's rushed, he goes back into his college days, tries to ad-lib, INT, running back for a touchdown. That's the only way you're going to beat him. And I hope he keeps doing those squats, because he's going to be squatting linebackers. He's got the squad D-Law and Parsons, man. They need to chase him, put a spy on him, and just pressure him. I think he will crack. And he's got skill, but man, I think you put him under pressure, he'll show up like he did last year, crack up.
Well, this is the thing. Observing the Eagles, you got to survive their first scripted plays. I think that their play caller over there is doing a wonderful job of creating space. They got animals on the outside out of A.J. Brown. So if you can survive like the first 15 scripted plays or more, then you'll give the Eagles a run for their money. I think that the Eagles love to jump on you really quickly. They jump up on teams real quickly, and that's how if you look back at the games that they won, they scored early and often. So if you can really punch them in the mouth early and get on to what they're doing, it can be a long night for the Eagles. But shout out to them, though. I can't wait to see them.
Exactly. Take them out of the game plan early.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I don't see no resurgence from them. Second half team, they're not that, but I do see them being a team that's scripted for the first few plays, really good. And the defense, they're fresh on the first few plays. But if you fool around and match their physicality and run on them, I think that will be their weakest draw right there. And we should be able to rattle them, just like we did last year.
I agree. And I'm going to echo Coach. It's time management and these 3rd and inches. First and goal with the 1. I mean, that was a great catch by CeeDee, but, I mean, that was a running back call to me. I mean, because you're taking a bigger risk going to the end zone in the air on you know. Why do you want to do that when you got Zeke and you got the defensive line just having their way? I don't know.
No doubt. Man, I appreciate you, man, so much, man. Thank you for calling in, fam.
Bye-bye.
Good call from him from 281. And you guys get what I'm saying? Look, the Jaguars, they got the personnel to do it. They got wide receivers on the outside. They got a damn good running back. And I truly believe that even with Trevor Law, he like to pass the ball in the backfield when they play that out zone look. And if Trevor can get the ball out of his hands, shoot, it could be a long night for them. Jake the Great, man, you live.
Yo, what's happening, Law?
Talk to me, man.
Man, I felt like I was waiting for the bus just then, man.
What you got, man?
But yeah, hey, Law, man, I appreciate you so much, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you should be called the hand of the Cowboys because you're keeping us from tearing each other up like House Baratheon. You hear me?
Yeah, I try, man. I try.
You know, this ain't Game of Thrones, you feel me? This is Sparta, so we all right.
Yeah, we all right, baby. You already know.
We all right. That being said, let me get a plate of that crow, man. But let me pick out my pieces, man. I'll meet some of that crow with you, man. Let me get a leg.
Yeah, I got you over
right
here,
leg
man.
for DA.
Yeah,
We treated him like a stepchild. That's messed up of us, you know.
Yeah.
DA, we sorry. You're a good player. You know, Cooper Rush, I'm going to eat the bottom beak. I don't want the whole beak. Give me the bottom beak for Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
You know? And Noah Brown, shit, I might eat the whole belly for Noah Brown because, man, I bashed that man. I said I want him gone. But this man is a legit number 2 wide receiver. And I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes, though. But other than that, I like the fact that Mike McCarthy went in there and said, give me that damn playbook from Kellen Moore. Because if you go back and watch the game at the play wasn't really that successful, but I watched the dynamics of it at the 7 minute and 40 second mark.
Right.
They ran some wham block, but they did it with Noah Brown.
Right.
And he came around the left side and destroyed a cornerback, and that allowed Zeke to get 3 yards. But I like that creativity because we already know Noah Brown can block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? And we got to keep it together, man. We got to get behind Cooper Rush, but we know what time it is. But I'm going to say one thing for the Cooper Rush fans. If Cooper Rush goes into L.A. and beats the Rams, we have to give him some grace.
I mean, he's getting grace now. 19 for 31. Well, 21 for 31. And he's doing a hell of a job of managing the game. We're not asking him to throw for 400 yards or 330 yards. We're not putting that in front of his plate. We asking him, hey, if it's a deep ball, one-on-one to the outside, go for it, right? And especially, like I said, since 2020, when Ezekiel Elliott rushes for 10 attempts and Tony Pollard rushes for 10 attempts, we are 8-0. And during that time, in that same time frame, when we rush for 30 or more attempts, we are undefeated. We're like, it's just crazy how all of those things, you contextualize it. That's the formula. I don't care if you put Will Greer back there. I think people will be talking glowingly of him if we had the same game plan, or if we put Nucci back there. If we run the ball, like we are running the ball now, we going to win a lot of games.
Yes, we are. That definitely is the formula, and we gotta keep it up, though. You know, we definitely gotta keep it up.
Yes, indeed, man. So that's the name of the game, running the ball. But, hey, I like what Cooper Rush is doing so far, man, and I really appreciate him for being 3-0, starting off his career.
Yeah, appreciate you, Law. I'm going to let somebody else get in, man. But how about them damn Cowboys? Let's go, baby.
About them, baby. Salute. Salute. And I really appreciate everybody for jumping there. We got from the 817, you're live.
Law Nation?
Yes, indeed. What's good, Fab? You're live. Talk to me, man.
All right. Hi, this is Ashawn Don Juan from Murder Ward, Texas, Law Nation. I just wanted to give this coaching staff some credit. I was really hard on them. Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy, Pat McCarthy, and they came out and they really balled out. They had a really good this game plan was very balanced with the run. They used tight ends. They used the running backs. They use a plethora of receivers, and this credit to this O-line, they did really good. They were able to keep a rush upright, and he could throw all day.
Yeah.
So I was very surprised. I'd like to get your take on that.
Oh yeah. Well, shoot, the game plan was there. Like we all said, they had some hiccups, right? Some common sense stuff like 3rd and inches, you drop back to pass the ball and scratching your head, But a win is a win is a win. And right now what the Cowboys need to do is stack the good things that we did, move them to the side, erase the negative things, and get back to it. Against the Washington team, you can't take them lightly. You got to understand that Carson Wentz is a slight better quarterback than Danny, so you still got to deliver pressure, and you got to make sure that you corral and shut down, he's not Scary Terry, but Terry McLaurin, right? So the Cowboys need to get back to it, right?
Absolutely. And you know that Wentz is going to have a faster release.
Yep.
So this defense needs to be more disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to get rid of the bonehead penalties.
My God.
Flawless. We couldn't ask for much of a better game, right? Just the way, the outcome, the field position, but the penalties. The penalties. Okay? Discipline penalties on offense, discipline penalties on defense. Let's not keep teams that are able to stay in games. Let's not give them ability to sustain drives,
Right.
whether it be on offense, defense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got to come in with the mindset, not to complain about the aficionados, but to have in our mindset that nothing is going to be given to us. Now, Jerry did say in that interview that he got to stay back in New York to talk to some people, make some business decisions. Hopefully, it's Roger Goodell and they putting an olive branch out there, or if it's Roger Goodell and they come up with some type of an agreement to stop having these type of calls called on the Cowboys, because it wasn't fair and balanced, man. We need a fair and balanced football game. Yeah.
It's about certain games too, right? If it's about two bad teams, why would you want to prolong the game? Hey, this team is obviously better than us. Why would you give them that call? So on and so forth. But I was always taught, let's not put the game in referees' hands. And last point to you is, I just appreciate what you do, HB, everybody, straight up. But what do you really think about this defense? You're getting no-namers, you're getting the Dan Q, you're getting all this fed to you right now, and we're just enjoying it. We're loving it, and we just like what they do to us. What's your point on that? And I appreciate you. Later.
No doubt, man. Good call from you. All right, so the whole ideology of this defense, Cowboy Nation, and everyone that's listening, we creating pressure. Pressure bust pipes. 49 pressure, we're leading the league in that category. 13 sacks, we're leading the league in that. So as long as we continue to do those things, shoot, I ain't gonna say sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon. So this defense can take us really far, but we still got to correct some things. I still believe that we give up cheap things in the middle of the field. It's too cheaply in the middle of the field, and whoever is our Mike linebacker that's in the middle of the field, they got to play better. I ain't gonna say the name, but they got to play better. All right, I got my guy from the 815. You live.
What's up, Long? Man, that lunch line was long. Got me.
It's about time for dinner time now, or supper.
Man, golly. But I want to get this out. Donovan Wilson, he playing, to me, this guy's playing so good. Like, I don't think you can talk enough about how good Donovan Wilson is playing. Like, this guy is playing out his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think Jordan Lewis LVE first, then Jordan Lewis are playing their way to being on the second team. Like I don't know what we waiting on, but their play is rewarding them to be on the second team.
Yeah.
I think we could have. I love the win. We balled last night, but I think we could have ended that game much sooner. CD, I like what he did in the second half, but we can't give people credit for starting the fire and then putting out the fire. If you'd have caught the first pass, this game probably would have been over at 13-3. But he redeemed himself, so I don't want to prolong that. To Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. Look, Dak Prescott has played 86 games in his career, 53 wins. I think 25 or 26 of those wins has came against the NFC East. I loved how you was like, oh, look who Cooper Rush did this game. Oh, but he won. I know, don't take no credit, but look, he did it against a terrible team in New York, and he about to play a terrible team in Washington.
Right.
The same things that Dak Prescott fans would say, oh, but he won the game. But when people say, hey, who has that? When games really matter, who has Dak beat? Y'all don't like us to use that. You just want to say, hey, we beat who we play.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is hey, Dak Prescott can no longer be like, hey, well, who else y'all got? Who else y'all gonna put in the game? Dak fans can no longer say, well, who else you gonna put in the game? My biggest thing is when Dak comes back, Dak is the better quarterback, but Dak cannot be on his first game back. It cannot be 0-1. He has to be 1-0. Whenever that game he comes back, he has to win.
Right. But what we will say, what we will say in this game, is that normally when Dak beat these type of teams, it's about double digits, right? It's like 41 to maybe 16, right? Or 35.
Like when Dak beat the practice squad of the Eagles.
Right. Or like when Dak beat the Giants last year, right? It would have been the same situation. Like the goalposts would have continued to been moved, right? It would have been continued.
Will we not have won by double-digit points if CD did not drop the ball? Yes or no? Then, you can finish what you're saying, but you can't. That excuse is kind of
but last year CeeDee Lamb did drop the ball too, and then he went back to him on Bradbury. You remember that against James Bradbury? Right. But here's what I'm saying. We talk about who Dak Prescott beating, right? But when we start talking about Carr, he's 0-3. No one mentions that for the start of the season. He's playing for the Raiders. Or when we start talking about Justin Herbert, he's 1-7 versus teams that's over 500, by the way. So the stipulation is not the same. I get it. Dak Prescott plays for the America's team, and everybody pretty much measure twice, and really they look at every little thing that Dak Prescott done. Now, the NFL is not for long, right? Cooper Rush played on a team last night that played a complete complimentary football. It's not like we sat back and looked at this game and said, okay, Cooper Rush threw for 35 times, right? Or 40 times or 50 times. No, they kept him in between. He threw for 31 times, and they rushed for 30 sometimes. So I like the balanced approach, and that is what I've been banging on the table for Dak Prescott. I want this team to be a balanced approach, and those type of wins would have been even more with the starting quarterback. That's what I'm saying, because there go the facts, right?
Look,
the wins are the facts.
I don't totally agree with that. I don't agree with that. But I mean, look, because you say that, but you guys say that as if. See, the issue is Dak fans think that Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback. I'm sorry, he is not. I would have to say, Law, you would have to. I think you were saying on the final word, you think he top 7 or something like that. like, I don't know if you still believe that today is what I'm saying. And if you do, like, Cooper, I think he's better than Cooper Rush, but Cooper Rush has shown you that, hey, you can win with what we got. Look, Kellen Moore did call a good game yesterday. I don't like how he didn't want to stick to the run. And I hate
did he call a good game week 1?
That's what I was about to get to. I agree with Dak fans when they say, hey, he don't call those games like he do with Dak. He don't help Dak with the run game like how he do with Cooper Rush. But I will remind you guys, this is probably bigger than Kellen Moore. Like, I think also this shows the front office, hey, we paying you like $40 million a year. We paying this guy less than $1 million. Sir, you on notice. Like, y'all don't want to even acknowledge that. Like,
look, hold on. You know how contracts work, right? You know how contracts work. And don't relegate me to being a Dak Prescott fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. Hold on. And hold on. And I got to say this too. There's nothing Jerry Jones can do to get rid of Dak Prescott because of his contract says such.
That's not what I said. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all try to don't spin what I'm saying. I just said that if the pressure is on Dak to perform, he cannot play how he played against Tampa Bay. I would never disrespect you, Law, and say you're a Dak fan. But I believe you're close to what I'm calling a Dak fan. But I believe you're objective. Like, I don't want to say you're blind. You blind to whatever Dak does wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I respect the show. I respect you. But we cannot play these games anymore. Like, Cooper Rush has made it so that when Dak comes back, he has to play well. He can no longer get away with it's Thanksgiving and we get the ball first and I skip it to Noah Brown. You can no longer get away with those stuff. You can no longer get away with Michael Parsons having a game of his life against the Washington football team and Dak Prescott throwing careless interceptions in a game that we should have wiped the floor with them. Dak Prescott single-handedly keep them in the game. My point is the pressure is on. That's all I'm saying. And to me,
well, my friend, that goes back to what I've been yelling, the philosophy of the formula. The formula is what? Running the ball 25 to 26 to 27 times. If your number one draft pick in 2016 is Ezekiel Elliott, right? You literally got a guy that you got the big offensive line. The whole thing was when Dak Prescott first entered into the league is how we seeing what the offense did with now what they're doing with Cooper Rush. Put things in front of said quarterback to make it quarterback friendly. Running the ball, play action, and take advantages of the one-on-ones with the loaded box. They don't play Cooper Rush like that. If you go back and look at this game last night, they're loading the box with 8 and 9-man fronts. Why? Because they want to stop the run the ball. And we bit them. If you look at the big old play that CeeDee Lamb dropped, how many people was on CeeDee Lamb? And how was he so wide open? He had a single high safety. They're killing with the run game. That's a favorable look. That's a favorable pass. They don't do that with Dak because why? They get pass happy. I think that what would make Dak Prescott a better quarterback, and I've been saying this from day one, run the ball. I had my guy, Boss Cowboy, and I think Jay Tuck, we was out there week 1, and we was going over, they were saying, is Dak elite? And I said, nah, I think that Dak Prescott is just above average. He is right in that spot of being a great quarterback, not an elite quarterback. And people threw fire and brimstone at me and they said, Law, you not a blah, blah, blah. Go check the comments. Go rewind it. I look at it like this. I feel, I just want us to win. I feel with what you're saying. But I think what you're saying, that not even Cooper Rush believes it. You know, I think that Cooper Rush still leans towards Dak Prescott. I think so. That's what it is.
But see, you gonna take from this conversation. Oh, he won't know. The pressure is on. You can no longer get away with. I just want to end with saying this. Like, you know. I just want to end with saying this, like, gosh, I just lost my train.
No, you take your time, man. You doing good, bro.
I just want to say this, like, remember they used this excuse, Amari Cooper is not worth $20 million. Just like they can use that excuse for Amari, I'm not saying this year. But they will eventually use this excuse against anybody. You no longer I'm losing my train of thought. So they said that Amari Cooper wasn't worth the $20 million, so they let him go. My point is, why wouldn't they use that same excuse with Dak when they see what a guy with lesser pay and what you guys would say lesser talented is doing with the offense? So that's all I'm saying. The pressure's on. Don't. I know when you go on the first word where you guys are gonna be speaking to the choir, like you guys basically gonna agree the same way. But the truth is the pressure's on. That all I'm saying is the pressure's on Dak to perform. That game against Tampa Bay was trash.
The game against Tampa. Yeah.
We have to be better.
Right. So I'm gonna ask you this though. I appreciate you so much, Val. But if you can look on my screen right now, you see what I got up there, right?
I'm.
Oh, are you driving?
I just took it off.
Oh, you just took it off?
Yeah, I was driving. That's why I was
be careful, man. But I just wanted to say that, every stat, these are major stats according to the NFL.
Right.
His passing, now this is Dak Prescott last year, and I'm not putting lipstick on the pig. But what I'm saying is that in all of these major stats, they are within the top 10. So what we can't do is continue to move the goalposts and say that these stats don't exist or these numbers don't exist. So at some point,
what did those numbers do in the playoffs? What was the numbers in the playoffs? Because that's a game.
And you already know what I'm about to say, right? The MVP, the same thing for the MVP of the league. It did the same thing for the MVP of the league last year, dude. And that name was Aaron Rodgers. They did diddly swat. But what I'm trying to say is right here is all of these stats mean nothing if you don't run the ball. The philosophy for Dak Prescott is running the ball for 25 to 30 times a game. I truly believe that this quarterback, they got all of the major stats that's within the top 10, could have won you that game if you drew up a better game plan. But if you are depending on Dak Prescott to throw the ball for 40 times or 50 times, you're gonna have a less likely chance of winning that game. And and I got a lot of echo, but we got middle ground. And what I'm saying is that the same love that I have for the Cowboys and us winning would be the same type of situation that I got to tell everybody that's banging on the table for Cooper Rush. If you fool around and demand that guy to throw the ball for 35 to 40 times, it will be the same outcome. That's all I'm saying.
See, but okay, so we agree.
All right, we agree.
Can we agree with this? Can we agree with this though? I want to see, because I know what the record is with Dak. I'm talking only with Dak. When we run the ball 30 times or more, he's 29-0. I want us to keep that formula, but I also want Dak to remember, sir, because you can't always be safe. Like, I guess what I'm saying, dude, you have to attempt those deep balls sometimes. Like, you have to threaten them. That's the only that it seemed like he don't want to throw the interception, and I get that. But sometimes you have to take shots. That's all I'm saying. And
Right.
so I agree. Look, run the ball. I agree with that. Run the ball. I agree.
Right, and that will open up the pass because the deep pass that was thrown to CeeDee Lamb was predicated upon the run. That's why you had the one-on-one to the outside, right? That's why you had the coverages that we talking about. But I appreciate you so much,
and
bro.
can you please put in your contacts to tell LVE and Jordan Lewis, y'all brothers, y'all second team down.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you. You a good caller, man, from the 815, man. Appreciate you.
Love the show. How about those Cowboys, Law? Love this show, man.
Appreciate you, man. That man gonna go on the hill fighting, man. I love him, man, because I think we are arguing about the same thing. And I get it. Pressure is pressure. But the only thing that's saving, and I promise you guys, this is me telling y'all the truth. The only thing that's saving Dak Prescott at this point from the Jerry Jones and all what they talk about, they false love for Dak Prescott, is Dak Prescott contract. I used this analogy before. I literally used this analogy before. I promise you guys, if you're married, try to use this. Baby, I bought you that $30,000 ring. Now come on, lay down in this bed, so give me some, and see how that would go. You can't buy things with conditions. We gave you the $40 million contract. Now you go out there and make it happen. I want you to throw the ball for 40 times to 50 times. That's not who Dak Prescott is. Can he win you a game throwing 40 times? Yes. But the likelihood of it on a consistent level would be terrible. Guys, Dak Prescott, agent, pretty much knew the thought track of the Cowboys. And there was no line of trust with that. So that's why Dak Prescott agent said, put no trade clause on my contract. Put no ability to franchise tag me. Because there's no trust. There's no level of trust with that. Right? You can't, look, I promise you guys, if you can't argue and say, yeah, they love that. They gave that man money. Then he said, okay, with the agreement, I'll agree to this money, but I got to tie some conditions to this. No trade clause. No ability to franchise tag me. Right? Because he know, it's somebody in Dak Prescott know that the trust is not really there. That's my thoughts on that. From the 469, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's good, Lo?
Oh, man, all is well. Can't complain. Talk to me.
Man, what the hell was that dude? I mean, you know what? I understand what he was talking about.
Right.
Man. And yeah, the pressure is on, if you look at it. And the pressure on for what you just said. I didn't know Dak had that in his clause.
Right.
That clause in his contract.
Right.
Jerry is
hey, before you go into that, based upon what we're seeing now, that was a wise move because now he can move at his will, right?
Right. Yeah, because you got to understand something. If you understand women, how you find them is how you lose them. So if you get one of these girls, for real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a whole lot of sense, bro.
Yeah.
How you find them is how you lose them, bro.
Yeah.
So if you find one of these girls out here, you know what I'm saying, that's booed up with another cat, and she cheat on that cat for you, then, you're gonna reap what you sow.
Right.
You're gonna reap what you sow. Romo went down. Romo got hurt. Romo been injured prone and going through this and going through that, right?
Right.
Dak came in at the right time. What happened in 2016 when Dak came in? We ran the ball. Dak was throwing between 20 and 29 attempts a game.
Let me see if I can pull it up because his stats wasn't that gaudy, you know. But it was good enough to keep Romo at bay.
Yeah, on the average it was about that. You know,
right.
It was a few games where he was a little on the heavy side. But
yeah,
you know, Dak stumbled up on a good thing with Jerry.
Right.
Jerry loved these Cowboys, man. I'm gonna give Steve and all the credit. Because last year I said, La'el Collins, I see the writing on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Amari Cooper, I see the writing on the wall.
Right.
Because what they trying to do, the direction they trying to go, we had 4 out of 5 offensive linemen paid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about big contracts. One of them retired. One of them was released this past offseason. One of them is injury prone, and one of them is the best offensive lineman in the NFL.
Right.
So moving along from that, we're gonna look at it like this, Law. Amari Cooper was $20 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
You got Michael Gallup on a cheaper deal.
True that.
CeeDee Lamb was a first-round pick with a 5th-year option.
Mm.
Zeke just got paid $15 million. Dak just got his big contract. Deserved it. But Dak is not. You see what I'm saying? But
right.
Dak is good for right now. So what Dak did, he put his foot in his mouth. All right, Jerry, I don't trust you not to trade me. And I'm going to let you know that I don't trust you to do right by me because what you did to Romo. You understand how
I see that right down the straight, yeah.
Yeah. So how you get them is how you lose them, bro. So now you in a situation where, damn, how did I do this? Why me?
Mm-hmm.
Because Cooper Rush, this dude ain't no world beater. But I'm gonna tell you something about Cooper Rush.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna run the plays that's called. Cooper Rush is accurate, and Cooper Rush got good timing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying Cooper Rush is a Pro Bowl quarterback. I'm saying when we rebuild this offensive line, right now, we rebuild this offensive line. Forniak was drafted. Smith was drafted.
Right.
McGovern was under the old regime drafted. Steele was undrafted free agent.
Big facts.
Through McCarthy. So they said, man, let us save some of this money because we want a defense.
Mm-hmm.
You bring in Dan Quinn. You know where Dan Quinn went wrong in Seattle? Dan Quinn had the Legion of Boom. He had Bobby Wagner and them linebackers.
Right.
He had those run-stopping defensive linemen. So, Bruce Irvin was his main pass rusher.
He was.
Bruce Irvin wasn't no Michael Parsons.
Mm-mm.
And I'm not saying our secondary is the Legion of Boom. But where Dan Quinn learned his lesson, man, I had to pay all them dudes. And that messed up the whole team. So if I get 1 or 2 cornerstones and Parsons and Diggs, what I can do is just add depth around them guys.
Well, here's I think Dan Quinn did a wonderful job of just holding down the fort over there in Seattle. And then, when he got promotion over there to Atlanta, his second year, they made it to the Super Bowl or what have you. But mainly, if you look back at everything, I think less is more with him. I think he's a hands-on guy, and I wouldn't want him to be the head coach of the Cowboys because of his hands-on approach. And if you really think about it, if people really do their homework, there wasn't a lot of high draft picks over there in Seattle land.
Right.
It was outside of Earl Thomas, and Bobby wasn't even the first or second. I think he was 3rd round. I could be off.
No,
but
Bobby was second because we had our own Bobby.
Yeah, second.
We had traded our pick.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying. Richard Sherman was a developed guy. Brandon Browner and all of those other boys was picked around. Cam Chancellor, he was a guy that was developed. So I look at this team, Dono, he developed, and I think that Dono was already that guy. He started off in the bad way with Quinn last year,
right?
Because he didn't show up to that voluntary meeting or what have you. But I'm not finna go into that. He was in the doghouse, and J-Ron Curse, when he got hurt, J-Ron Curse stepped in and never gave the job back to Dono, right? But now we're saying Dono, I mean, he's out the doghouse. He's showing up, hitting like he is, and he's playing lights out. So it could be the Swiss watch with that. But I'm going to tell you guys right now that I believe Dan Quinn got a true pulse of this team on the defensive side, especially how he put his hands on everyone. But what you said with Cooper Rush, those are facts, right? They are not asking. They're literally not asking this dude to throw the ball 35 to 40 times, right? And win the game with his arm. They are literally rearing everything in and say, okay, we're going to run behind this massive offensive line. We're going to play the field. And in the time, if it is 4th and short, we going for it on our side, or we going to try to push it. That's always been the MO for Mike McCarthy. If you think I'm lying, go back to 2020. We was going for it with Garrett Gilbert. We was going for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude on our own side. So he's always been a risk taker, But it's just what it is, man. I think that this team is doing an excellent job of not being the old team, the team of the old. I think that they're doing okay.
I was talking to my partner not too long ago, matter of fact, earlier today, and I told him, bro, every team got their own philosophy.
Right.
We got our own philosophy, Law. Since Calvin Hill and Walt Garrison, we got our own philosophy, bro. Our philosophy is to run the ball. The running game is going to open up passing lanes. It's a riddle, man.
It's a riddle.
The running game is going to open up your passing lanes, bro.
Yeah.
Once them passing lanes open, your timing got to be right. Only thing I can say I don't like about Dak, which he has been getting better at since he came into the league, is his pass accuracy. Now, he need to work on his timing, and that's why I hate when these coaches baby these boys and don't let them participate in preseason. Come week 1, it's like, damn, the timing is off because you was going against the first-team defense, but your timing is so bad because they living in the backfield. Yeah. And now you see why he never got that rapport, that rhythm with the offense because Parsons was tapping him on the butt in the backfield.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So what you gonna do? You like, okay, I gotta readjust and reset, and okay, there you go. And you throw, and man, look, I'm not no Dak beater, man. I love my team.
Right.
What I hate is, why is it even a thing about Cooper Rush and Dak? It shouldn't have been a thing about Dak and Romo. If Cooper Rush can prove that by the time Dak come back, if it takes Dak to week 9 to come back, and Cooper Rush don't lose a game to week 9, Jerry gonna get that ball to Cooper Rush in the future. Now, because he got those clauses in his deal,
he can't do nothing about it.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, he definitely. That's a leg up. Look, that's the only thing. Like there's 2 times that the Cowboys had a chance and an opportunity to really just get rid of Dak Prescott if they really, really were stubborn to do such. I think right before they could have did this, right before they slapped the franchise tag on him the first time, they could have put the the non-exclusive franchise tag on him and put 2 first-round draft picks or 2 firsts on him. And I'm quite sure that would have been a team would have literally said, I think the coach was saying, hey, you don't want to pay Dak 35? We'll pay him 35 at the time. And they came out big with saying that they will be willing to give up a draft pick and to pay the money. But in sales, there's this thing called fear of loss. And nobody want to get rid of the ideal that maybe he could be everything. Right? And I truly believe that he is if they go back to the formula. But what happened is Dak Prescott was put into a place whereas every media outlet was saying that he's not worth the money because he's not throwing the ball like
downfield.
Down the field, like now you and I on the same page. You know, the media was talking about Dink and Dak. I don't give a dog. We winning. But see, we were winning. But see, what the media tried to do is they tried to say, hey, this dude not throwing the ball down the field. So all offseason, in Dak's mind, hey, I'm trying to get paid money. You trying to get paid money too. You looking at what Carson is getting. Right.
So I'm going to go out here and start throwing the ball 35 times, and I'm going to get my offensive coordinator to sign off.
Right.
Now, once I got my offensive coordinator to sign off, basically I got the green light. Because if your quarterback and your offensive coordinator not getting along, hey, man, somebody got to go.
Right.
And Kellen like where he was and Dak like where he was. What you said is big, bro.
It's just what it is.
To the formula, Dak is a Hall of Fame quarterback that's going to win us by 3-4 Super Bowls if we stick to the formula.
But Styles makes fights, and the hypeness of like what other teams are doing with their offensive coordinators and what they're doing, like the most gifted, like Brett Favre, one of the most gifted thrower of the ball, but he only got him one Super Bowl ring. How did he get it? Good defense and a running back, you know, at the time. I mean, they had that boy, he was running over everybody. They reeled Brett Favre back. Dorsey Levens, I believe. You remember him? Dorsey Levens, and they had a great special teams. John Elway, they put defense, they played good defense and ran the ball. Oh, I can go on and on for hours, but what the media like to do is saying you got to throw the ball all over the field.
They like to nitpick, Law.
They do, man.
The media like to nitpick.
And it trickles down, and they say, well, he ain't worth this because he's not doing it like that over there. But give me the wins. Give me the 30-0. Put the ball in the belly of the running back and win it that way. But Styles makes fights. I get it. The media like to twist the narrative and say that the dude can't throw the ball.
Especially when it comes to our Cowboys. And then they got us fighting behind it like, nah, we don't want that quarterback. We want that quarterback. Right. Man, we the nation, bro.
Yeah, we are.
The nation right here. Yeah, can't nothing come between this nation, man.
It is.
Not understand. Can't nothing really come between because 2016 was electric, dog.
Yep.
I'm trying to tell you what I used to tune into your shows all the time in 2016, bro.
Right.
I'm telling you,
and we were just happy that we won the game. It wasn't about can he throw for 300.
We won the game,
look, let me pull up this stat once again. In attempts, he was 23rd ranked in attempts of throwing the ball. In yards, he was 19th ranked in yards, right? Passing touchdowns, 15th. An interception, that was a good situation. He didn't throw a lot of interceptions. But what happened down the course of the line is that so many people nitpick, and they wanted. Remember, I recall this right here. He's not a good quarterback because he don't throw for over 300 yards. He dinking and dunking, dinking and dunking. And I was saying as long as his win, ugly but deadly, you know. And it goes all the way to this point. Russell Wilson, he won his Super Bowl, or he was on a team that won the Super Bowl. Don't you know his average yards per game was 189? The two Super Bowl, they don't want to talk about that. But they say he's a Super Bowl winning caliber quarterback. No, bullsugar. He was a game manager, but he got him a ring. It stamped the legacy of Russell Wilson. Now he went to the second Super Bowl. Of course, they tried to get cute and they tried to make him the MVP of throwing the touchdown, an inside pass, by the way, into traffic, which was crazy. But that's a story of another day. Law, do you have any more facts to that? Yes, Big Ben Roethlisberger. You remember him?
Yes, sir.
The 2 Super Bowls that he won. Don't you know that he averaged right at 200 to 215 yards per game? It wasn't 300 yards. But so many people look at the latter part of Big Ben Roethlisberger and say, hey, he's a legend because he was throwing the ball everywhere. No, the philosophy and the formula is running the ball, play good defense.
That's what it is, man. And guess what, Law? 2016, our defense didn't look this good, big dog. Our defense didn't look this good.
Did you read what my guy said, Dez Bryant? He tweeted out and said, "This defense is what we needed, Tony Romo." You know, in 2014, and I'm gonna say this before I let you rock. In 2014, Tony Romo, the philosophy that we're doing now was the philosophy in 2014. Believe it or not, we ran the ball. He only threw for 300 yards one time in the entire season.
You know what's so funny, and this is my last point, Law.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you bring it, big dog. In the 90s, we did the same thing with a great defense. We had a makeshift offensive line that Jimmy Johnson created, with our left tackle being a former defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Our right guard being a former arena football. I mean, come on, man. No, it was Canadian football. They knew it was Canadian football.
Man, they knew it was everywhere,
was undersized. Did I keep going?
Oh, man. Hey, I'm going to let this last caller in, man. You spit a lot of facts today, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in from the 469.
Already, Law, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Salute. All right, and we got Chris 214, man. You live, man. You the last caller, baby. Talk to me, man. Yo, hello. Chris. 972, Chris. All right, I guess he hung up too, man. All right, y'all. Let's get up out of here.
Goodbye.
Appreciate everybody for jumping in. My thing is with this, don't fixate your eyes too much on the quarterback. You miss the meat worrying about the potatoes. One-on-one passing, I truly believe if you got one-on-one coverages, this dude can hit it. Just like Cooper Rush can hit it. Now, Cooper Rush been playing phenomenal. I love, and I'm not discounting Cooper Rush for what he brought to the table in these last two games. But I promise you, and I beg of you guys, you do not want to see the seesaw effect of it just dropping back and passing ball. You win this game by putting the ball in the belly of Tony Pollard for 105, in the belly of Ezekiel Elliott for 73 yards, totaling upwards of 176. Balanced football, he was 21 for 31. The team, of course, he rushed 2 times, but really it was 28 rushes. And you have a favorable record. Law, do you have any truth to that? I already gave you a homework, and I gave you guys proof, tangible evidence that you can physically touch on the post-game show of our records, of what we look like when we win the game, and it's about running the ball. I gave you guys tangible evidence. I went as far as back as 2007, and we have a really favorable record. Go watch the post-game show from last night. I don't feel like digging it up right now. That's how you win the game. And I get it. Right now, people want to have it whereas you want to win in a certain way, but the name of the game is winning the game. That's the name of the game, is winning the game, get to the playoff, and everything else will work its way out. Don't be fighting each other over this quarterback or over that quarterback. Just win the game, baby. Stick to the philosophy and the formula that dates back to every single Super Bowl that the Cowboys won, to every single moment that the Cowboys were able to lift up that Lombardi trophy. Now, Dak Prescott himself, he know what's up, baby. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. That's why you got the no trade clause. And let me know if you're in the chat if you tried that with your wife. Baby, I paid her $40,000 for that ring. Now I'm going to get me some tonight. Let me see how that works. You better be ready for tonight. No. I'm undefeated with that analogy, by the way. Because that's not life, and that's not trust. To put a no trade clause in your contract, to also say, hey, within the confines of my contract, you can't franchise tag me. Levels of trust have been broken, and it's on the forefront of everything. Cowboy Nation. And if you're wise, you will understand that. But neither here nor there. One person doesn't win you the game, or do not win you the game. It's a team. I told people before, and I say it again, you want to be like a knot on a rope. And when the opposing forces are pulling on you, you just get tighter. You get stronger, unbreakable. And they got to block out all of the outside noise. And they got to look inside themselves and say, hey, we're 2-1. We're 2-1. Next week, we can leave up out of here 3-1. Technically, we 3-1, by the way, because we had to beat the aficionados. We did. When you're up against your struggles, meeting squarely face to face, lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer, see it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim. After week 1, it did. But don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. Even hope may seem then would be beset, just like troubles. But remember, you're facing what other legends have met. Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman, Emmett, the playmaker, the sweaty playmaker, right? That joker be sweating, don't he? Keep your head high, eyes all the way through the finish, and see this all the way through, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening. Those boys got to see it through, regardless. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboy Nation. Let's get it. And they say the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil man. But blessed is he in the name of charity and goodwill. Come on. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Coach Marv, too, for calling in earlier. I didn't think I still had that one up there. Let's go. Yo.
Nowadays, nothing really is ice. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze, photo, please.
Shout out to you, Mark. Appreciate you, Jay.
No photos.
Lombardi Perez, I see you.
Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just rolling up a way till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up.
Final word tonight, baby. We gonna run it all the way up still. Come on. Booty rocket everywhere. Shout out to you, Greg Berry. Shout out to y'all. The CS3M Michael Helton Sigma Chicken 09 for your mind. Jason Chris 214. Them boys for life. SJ Truth Only. Public Enemy. Terminator X. Let's go. Turn me up.
I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Dry you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food.
Let's go, baby.
Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of
a lot
me
of
and
people
nobody
trying to
like
take
me.
the
Phone
move.
ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on.
Shout out to you, Perez. Thank you.
Please, no photos.
It says Law has the best Cowboys talk show, hands down. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Come on. Jim Laws, baby. Come on.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. Yeah. I stand behind it. I guarantee it. They know that, even if they don't know me any more than they know the chairman of General Mills.
Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
Other content creators, but I'm by far the flyest. Come on. Come on. Hey. Come on. Slow it down, baby. Again, baby. Come on. Let's get it. Y'all see the Raven with the butter knife or the steak knife? He trying to shake me with the knife. Hey. Dorrance Armstrong, shout out to you. Cooper Rush, appreciate you. And Noah Brown. Can y'all imagine, man? I was ready to get rid of all three of those guys. Now I'm fighting for them. I'm rooting for them. Let's go. That crow trying to shank me, y'all. Shout out to you, Gina. Come on.
Mr. Nasty.
All at one. What we tell them?
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Come on.
You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you.
Stand tall, y'all.
Might be on. Play it too. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
You could not live with your own failure.
You think darkness is your ally?